Welcome, Fighter Share Nation. It's 11, a little after 11 p.m. East Coast time. You're now in the Beatdown. This is the Badger. I'm Brew. Hey, ride with us doing this therapy session. What's going on, bro?
Man, I can't call it, bro. I'm just happy to be here, man. It's been a long day. So, I'm always ready for our therapy, man. It always helps.
Yo, I was watching that fight on ESPN. Looked like um, Salcedo was getting oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was getting better, Sonny.
No, looked like Sonny was getting the better of Salcedo, except when he tried to sit back against the ropes.
Okay, I just got in from the gym, so I missed again. I'm always missing these dang fights, and of course, we can't show them live while we're on. But
Right.
from what I was looking at on all accounts, everybody's got Salcedo up going into 8. So, I
Well,
mean,
I
you tell me you
mean,
see something different, then okay, cool. But
if Sonny would just stay in the center of the ring, he was clearly outboxing Salcedo. But Salcedo was getting those easy points when Sonny would take breaks against the ropes. So the judges may see it that way.
yeah, and again, I'm just going by social media. I haven't get a chance to watch it myself. So
It it was a good fight. It's a good fight. I'm sorry I won't be able to catch the rest of it. But hey, your boy my mind just went blank.
Josue Vargas.
No, I'm talking the one coming up Thursday. Pedraza comes
Oh,
back.
the sniper. Yeah.
Yeah, against LaPierre.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They finally got that squared away. They're running it back. Okay.
Yeah. So it should be pretty decent, bro.
I'm hoping I can catch him, man. My training sessions run late, and I usually just by the time I get, in, I don't have time to really jump into it because I'm getting ready for the show. But I'm looking forward to that. Listen, people ain't giving really, they don't really give Pedraza a lot of credit. Pedraza's putting together a pretty solid career.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's been if I'm not mistaken, a 2-time champ in two
Yeah.
different weight classes. He lost to Tank Davis. He lost to Lomachenko. But I mean, who's not losing to those guys? Both of those guys are probably gonna be running boxing for a long time, or at least Tank. I don't know how much tread Lomachenko has left. That's for a later discussion on the show. We'll dabble on that a little bit. But yeah, he's losing to greats right now,
Yeah.
and he's willing to fight anybody, man. You got to give the kid credit, man. I like Pedraza. I like the way he fights, and I thought he kind of gave the blueprint early on how to beat Lomachenko. I also like what Jorge Linares did against Lomachenko. Both those guys dropped Lomachenko, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's see if we can catch that fight, man. I don't know much about LaPierre, but
It'll
we'll
be
just tune in to
entertaining.
see. Yeah,
It'll be
absolutely.
entertaining for nothing else. I
Yeah,
just wish they would start the cards a little earlier, like they did the very first one.
yeah. The 7 o'clock slot.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, yeah. I agree, bro.
we had a chance to actually see the whole card and talk about it.
Yeah, at
But
least until we got on air. But like you said, it was usually done by 10 o'clock.
right. I think
Yeah,
that first one went like 10-20. I was like, ooh.
yeah. They messed us up. They
Yeah.
shot us in the foot because now we jump on, they still going. It's like
Pretty much. Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. I thought about having it on my tablet and just but we get
don't
taken
get us
down.
banned. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
get us banned, bro.
Yeah. So what's on the TV tonight?
Oh man, that is my boy. I can't call his name, but this is where he's trying to get Bucky Barnes to destroy the Avengers, and it's not gonna work. This is the Civil
Oh,
War, what we're watching right now. So
yeah.
Zemo, Baron Zemo, that's who that is back there. I'm tripping.
I still
Baron
remember
Zemo.
seeing that in the theater, bro.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Listen, they're releasing movies again. A friend of mine asked me, when they gonna open up movies? I'm like, I don't care, I'm not going.
Yeah, and you know what? They were trying to do that. Like I want to say like a few weeks ago, they're thinking about reopening theaters, and then boom.
Yeah, they released some movies this week and last week around the country, but I don't think they had a lot of people coming to see them.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
guess they got sick enough at the beach.
hey man, stop taking shots at us, bro.
Whatever.
Stop
I
taking
knew you
shots at
needed
us,
to
bro.
work on your tan, but come on,
Yeah.
bro.
But check it out, bro. So apparently, a friend of the show, Josue Vargas, who we had the pleasure interviewing back at the what was the name of the Battle of Orlando.
Yes.
Um, we also know that Josue Vargas was signed to TMT. I don't think he's with them anymore. I think he's just strictly with Bob now. his dad was not allowed to be in his corner tonight because he did not stay in the bubble. Apparently, his dad went downstairs and didn't have a mask on, not allowed to be in his corner, and they have a really tight bond. His dad has been his trainer. I mean, I've been knowing Josue for about 3 or 4 years. His dad has always been his trainer, and now you can't have him in the corner because he
Listen,
went downstairs. That's tough.
but they tell you these things when you get there.
Oh
They
yeah,
lay it
bro.
out for you. So his selfishness allowed him not to be in the corner.
Yeah,
That's the realistic way to look at it.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not advocating that they were wrong. No, it's a safety issue, and you are, like you said, you were well aware of the rules, and I'm sure they talked about it ad nauseum. I'm
Mhm.
sure they're, I'm because they don't want fighters to fall out of fights. They lose
Right.
money that way, right? They're already doing this on a shoestring budget for the most part. So yeah, I'm sure they have these conversations even before you arrive. You already know the protocol. So yeah, you just got to think, man. You just can't bend the rules, bro. Some things you just can't bend on.
And this is the time where fighters can really move up. They
Yeah.
can really make a name for themselves and get in the spotlight with records that normally they wouldn't be getting in the spotlight with.
Yeah, well, Josue is a big time prospect. So, I
Yeah.
mean, he was going to get the fights anyway. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is a showcase for him. And I'm interested to see, did he win the fight? I don't know if he won it or not. I didn't hear anything about it. I just read where his dad was not allowed to be in his corner anymore for
No,
this
I
fight.
need to pull up the results. Maybe during the show we can pull up the results and kind of go through who's won, who didn't. That other fight was already in the eighth round when I came and logged on, so
Okay.
it may be ending soon, if
Okay.
not already.
Got you.
Um, Listen, I was thinking about the fight we went to this weekend,
Okay.
and I started thinking about the matchup, some of the matchups, and it kind of played out the same way as we were talking about the matchups for the one from March 14th, where you had some fighters who were, on the way up. They were undefeated or maybe had one loss, and then you had, I forgot who it was that was fighting a veteran of 80 fights. They didn't even want to talk about his record. It was just, it goes back to the conversation we had about I want to say careless matchmaking.
Well, check this out. Tidbit for you. That guy that had that bad record, that upside down record,
Mhm.
true vet, been in the ring with a lot of guys. He dropped Mark Reyes twice in a fight.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Yeah, so that guy that we, he is who he is. He's there to test you. He's a gatekeeper. That's all he gets paid to do. So sometimes we have to just kind of, and us as being true savants and fans of the sport, right? We don't really cast judgment often. But sometimes, man, you gotta look at those guys' records and see what they've been there with.
Yeah,
We already know they're a little long in the tooth, so you don't really expect too much, right? Which is why they're doing the 6 rounders and whatnot. Because this guy's a seasoned pro. He should be fighting, 10, 12 rounds.
right.
But the thing is, man, these guys are sharp worn, they vets, they smart. Look, Cecil McCullough had to do his thing to get him out of there, bro. I'm sorry,
Cecil,
not Cecil
no,
McCullough, Ryan Martin. I'm sorry.
yeah, because
Ryan had to
Cecil,
do his Ryan had to do his thing to get him out of there.
yeah,
Um, and they stopped the fight in the corner, so we don't really know how much of that was the guy not wanting to fight, his team throwing in the towel, or the ref saying, "Look, this is a really one-sided fight. You're not really doing a whole lot. If you don't show me something next round, I gotta stop it because I gotta protect you. You're 30 something and 30 something, and you're also probably in your 30 somethings in age or a little older. So look, we gotta protect you, man. We can't just let you get in here and get pummeled like this. So,
well,
there's some
that dude
things to
had
be
a
said for
good,
that.
he had a good showing. Even sitting there watching,
Absolutely.
he had a really
Listen,
good showing. Ryan
listen.
didn't, yeah,
Yeah, and look, and I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to overtalk you, but we got to give a shout out to Nelson Promotions. For the most part, matchmaking was pretty solid. Matchmaking was pretty solid. The kid Galliano, that fought right before Cecil McCullough, he was a big prospect coming out of New York. He only got one loss, man. I think he was signed to top rank, but I think he won Golden Gloves in New York or was a Golden Gloves finalist.
Mhm.
The kid, you can see the pedigree in him once he got going, and he
Well,
had been out of the ring for 5 years, so he looked pretty good to be that inactive.
there's something I've been trying to look into. Haven't found the information yet, but there were at least two guys on that card who lost one time and were no longer with Top Rank.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's
it's like,
interesting, man.
yeah. I mean, we already talked about Ryan, where he fought a world champion who's still world champion,
Yeah, Josh Taylor. Yep,
lost that
absolutely.
fight and got dropped. It's like, but you're 20-1.
Yeah, and you know what, too, man. Sometimes a lot of that is just kind of seeing, you know, some people don't, fight sports are tough, right? Just like any other sport, a team can have an off night. Your pitcher can have an off night, right?
Yeah,
Your quarterback can be off a game. Those things happen. What combat sports is usually just it's only you in there, but sometimes what happens is promoters or managers or a little bit of both, however you title yourself, consultant, advisor, what have you, will see things in you and we'll look at the landscape of everything that's in front of you, right? So maybe with Ryan Martin, we're saying, okay, he lost to Josh Taylor, who we know is a very good fighter. We also know that Josh Taylor, um, is he gonna beat the elite guys? Well, yeah, he probably can. He beat Regis Prograis, right? So who are the other guys at 140, and can he beat those guys? And then you look at Ryan Martin and say, okay, well, if and granted, the math doesn't always equal that, right? Combat sports not always it's not always an exact science where fighter A beats fighter B, so that must mean he might beat fighter C. It's not always the case. But sometimes these guys look at these fighters and say, look, he just ain't got it, or he has too many flaws in his game to correct at this point. Just cut our losses because you got to pay him, right? If he's 20 something and oh, you paying him. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe he wanted out of his deal. We don't know the details of that, but it happens, bro.
I just thought
And
it was interesting. You had two on that one card
yeah,
that
yeah.
suffered the same fate.
And bro, we you see it a lot. You'd be surprised. Or how about this? The guys with two or three losses, but their two or three losses are two current world champions,
Correct.
and they can't find a home. It's a very tough way to earn a living, man. On both sides, the business side and the fighting side. So you kind of got to be sharp and have a good team around you to move you the right way, man.
Definitely. And we just keep seeing it recycling itself over and over and over again. Um, I think that's why I usually ask the question to dads who we've had on. It's like, look, would you let your children get in this business? Because of just what you have to give up and the chances you take every fight, even in the amateurs.
Yeah,
We've had a chance to really go behind the scenes and see those fighters when they get knocked out. You
right.
know, the fact not all of them recuperate the same way.
Oh nah.
Some go right to the hospital, and you're like, wow, you're fighting for a couple $100.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard two different schools of thought about people that get their lights shut off. Some people say it's a good thing because you don't take the punishment. But sometimes it's like you get them lights shut off, man. Them synapses or whatever you call them, those neurons, that connection might not ever come back, and that's a big chance you take
Correct.
when you have that kind of trauma.
Because of why you get your light shut off.
Yeah,
It's not somebody hits a switch. I know we always joke about to hit that button,
yeah,
but no, that's because your brain is concussed
yeah,
severely.
yeah,
And it's, hey, you hear about these things. And then the one fight we went to, we were covering in St. Petersburg, um, at the hotel, and we saw a dude he won the fight. Other dude got knocked out. They took him back in the back on the stretcher. But the one who won the fight was really groggy, and they took him back, and he passed out in the dressing room, and his pregnant girlfriend had to come back to see
yeah,
him.
yeah.
And it was like,
It's tough, brother.
whoa, and this is a local level fight, so it's
Oh
not
yeah,
you're not getting paid.
yeah. Strictly for the love of the combat sports, man.
So when they said the hurt business,
Yeah,
look,
that's what they
that thing
mean.
lingers.
Yeah, that's what they mean. So, just a little quick segue off of the amateur part of our conversation. So, we got two guys in Lomachenko and Usyk who are probably in most people's top 10 pound for pound right
Not mine, but go ahead.
now. I said most people. You're not most people. We're aware of
All right.
that. The question I want to ask you, those guys I think have about 30 something fights between the two of them. Right? Lomachenko's like what, 10-1 or 12-1 or something like that, and Usyk is like, I don't know, 20-0 or 18 or something like that.
And look how many titles Lomachenko has.
So my question to you is, how much do you think they have left in the tank because they had such very long amateur careers, bro? Lomachenko, I know it has close to 400 fights or over 400
He
fights.
has a little bit over 400 amateur fights.
Man, that's a lot.
I know I saw at least 395, but I thought I heard Joe Tessitore say,
No, I think it's in the 400s.
yeah, like
Yeah,
403, 40. Yeah, that's a ridiculous amount. That's like Cuban fighters, but they had it because they couldn't fight pro.
right. Because they had to get out. Yeah,
I mean, to me, I don't know, bro. And Lomachenko's first professional fight wasn't it for a world title?
absolutely. It was against my boy, um, not Beltran. What's my dude name? The Dirty Fighter, man. They call him a Dirty Fighter. Oh, I can't call his name. That's going to really aggravate me. But yeah, he lost his first fight, and
Right.
that first fight was for a belt. Correct.
And I think two fights later, he was fighting for another championship. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like some people get really fast tracked. It doesn't happen that often, but I think in that situation, he was inflated with so many amateur fights because one, he was very skilled, he was very comfortable as an amateur. So when you start winning that many, Pan Am games, world championships, um, Olympics, you're winning. When you come into the pros with that many, I, I I didn't like the fact that he came out the gate with a title fight. But I don't. To answer your question, I don't think the amateurs killed him as much as you would think. I honestly believe it didn't take that much off the tread. The only thing that it may have done was how old is he right now? Like in his mid 30s?
I don't think. I don't know. I have to double check. I think he's definitely in his 30s though.
That may be the only thing. And he's been
Yeah.
boxing so long
Yeah.
that mentally it may have taken something off the tread.
And what's the one thing that goes as you become an older fighter?
Speed,
Them legs.
them legs.
Them legs get
Mhm.
tired. Them legs get tired. And Lomachenko probably has the best footwork in the game right now, or one of the best set of feet in the game right now. Just check social media, and yes, Fredrickson did go down. It was a unanimous decision, and the scores weren't even close.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Sonny. Yeah, it looks like South State just kind of outclassed him, bro. Based on what I was just looking at, the scores were 99, 91, 98, 92, and 100 to 90. Salcedo threw 885 punches. Fredrickson threw 584.
I honestly believe he lost that fight resting on the ropes
That could be a thing.
because when they were in the center of the ring, it was the advantage was going to Fredericks.
Mm,
But then he would take, and Tim Bradley said it. It's because he's been allowed to do it in training.
right.
A young fighter does in the ring what they do in training. And if he's been allowed to work on the ropes and, learn how to rest on the ropes but this guy was getting off. Saucedo was getting off when he was on the ropes. He was tagging him. But didn't seem like he was hurting him, but he was getting clear points.
Right.
So yeah. And then when he was in the center of the ring, even though Fredrickson looked like he was getting the better of the deal, Saucedo was still tagging him.
Yeah. Um, Josue Vargas did get the win. Signed, he
Okay.
got a cut at some point in the fight and made some adjustments. So Josue did get the win.
Okay.
Yep.
Great job, Jose. Josue.
Yep.
Josue.
Yep. You need that. You need that. Definitely. That's good for the local people, man. I think Josue reps New York or the BK, but he's in Orlando a lot, getting that work in. I mean, he's over there with Coach Nelson and uh, and Jason Galarza. So shout out to everybody over at SOHK, man, School of Hard Knocks over there in Castleberry, man. They if they don't do nothing, they gonna work. They gonna
Yeah.
work. And they gonna keep putting them out. So good for them.
Nice job. That's what we need to get on here.
Yeah, we got to get Coach Jason on here, man. We got to get
Yeah.
Jason on the talk. But Coach be going to bed kind of early, I think. So we gotta make sure we set up some time for the old man to join us. Um, in other news, the old folks still trying to fight. So apparently Kermit Cintron and Sergio Garcia was
What?
a thing was a thing. I mean, Sergio Martinez. I'm tripping thinking about golf.
Right.
Sergio Martinez was a thing on Twitter yesterday. I don't know
Yeah.
how we missed it, but yeah, Kermit Cintron. I mean, Kermit's been in the ring with everybody, from Paul Williams to Canelo to Sergio Martinez to everybody. Finished with a pretty decent. I think Kermit's 39-5 or 39-6, decent record. But why are you trying to fight Sergio, man? You know Sergio got a bad leg, man.
That's why.
But dig this, they fought and the fight was ruled a draw. So Kermit said they got some unfinished business. And I guess Sergio, I think I actually saw it. He was saying he wants to fight again too. I don't know. Listen, what is going on? Is it in the milk, the water? I don't understand what these old dudes doing, man. Like, did they, what we do know, and let's be perfectly transparent here, they didn't save and invest their money the right way. Because at this point, with all that you've been through, with all that boxing, as you say, takes from you, there's no way in your 40s, especially when you've been to the mountaintop like Sergio Martinez, what are you still trying to fight for, dude? Like, what
Listen,
are you doing?
there are two things that go last: your desire
Okay.
to be great
Okay.
and your remembrance of what you've lost. So when you put those two things together,
Dig a little deeper on that for me. I like the way that sounds. Dig a little deeper for me on that one.
when you put those two things together, when you think about what it was like you said, to be at that mountaintop, what it was like to make the ring walk, what it was like to take control of a fight, to win that fight, the feeling you get when you win a fight, it's incredible. It's like the schoolyard times 100. It's not even the money as much for most who want to fight. Yeah, they may need the money, but they were able to do it. They were able to call on these things back in the day, call on them hands and those feet. And they could beat the young guys right before they retired. They could still beat a few of the young guys with experience. So in your mind, if I give myself enough time, I can get back in shape. But you forget about those things that you were losing at the time. You forget about the fact that after every training session, your body hurt more and more. You forget about how hard it was to get out and do some road work, how hard it was to get those rounds of sparring in. They felt like you were in an actual fight because your body doesn't repair itself as quick. So you forget, your mind shuts that part off until you get back in the thick of it again, until you make that commitment. But you still, for some reason, we have those delusions of grandeur that we can get back in there in our 40s and we still have one more in us. Because at one point we could do it.
Yeah, and I guess you're right. Because I mean, look at what Tom Brady's doing. Look at what Peyton Manning did. Look at what Brett Favre did. A lot of these guys,
But
we gonna
totally
hold
different
on.
sport.
Yeah, but
Totally different sport.
but the winner's mentality though, that
Yeah.
mindset. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was getting at. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So yeah, you're right, bro. You're absolutely right.
And it's
Um,
funny.
I'm sorry. I want to give you a kudos before I forget. When I was scanning social media, everybody had the same thing that you said. Fredrickson's jab was beautiful, but he didn't throw it enough. He let Salcedo bully him and walk him down and put his back against the ropes. So perfect assessment by you. That's what everybody's kind of saying on social media. Fredrickson never really gave himself a chance, I guess. So, and it sucks when they take a loss this early. He I've seen the kid fight a few times. I like him, but man, this was your time to shine, and you just. I'm sure he was a taller fighter.
Yeah, but he gave it away.
Yeah, you got to use it. And that's one thing that as I learned this game and as I watch and as I even, become a practitioner of it, like you got to do that, man. Like if you're a taller fighter, you can't give that away. That's a big advantage, man. You're going to score that jab every time. It's like a Pez dispenser. You just throw it.
Because most fighters aren't blocking like this in training.
Yeah.
They're not blocking for something from coming above.
Yeah.
And you can throw different angles with that height, man.
Yeah.
And then when you change levels, it shocks them because you get them used to that jab coming down.
Yeah,
And I don't care where you are, everything has more force when it's going
it's
towards the
coming down.
ground and gravity's assisting.
Yeah,
And he has a nice jab. His coaches were giving him the best advice.
mm,
Double jab, step across with the right. Double
right,
jab, triple jab, step across with the right.
right, right.
They were giving him great advice, and they kept telling him, stay off the ropes. Still, they were showing him where the shots were during the round. I love the fact there's no fans. You can hear his
Yeah,
corner saying, it's right there right now.
right.
He'd throw an uppercut, bam, throw a jab, move out. Next time he circles around, the uppercut was there at the same spot, and they would tell him, but he would not throw it.
Dang.
It was like, come on, man. That's
Yeah,
got to be frustrating for a corner person, man.
yeah. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But hey, maybe Mike Perry's on to something.
He is on something. I
Oh
believe he is
man.
on something. Yes.
Oh, that's too funny. Old platinum Mike. Listen, man, we don't talk about women's boxing enough. What is happening with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano? What are they doing? I thought that fight was gonna happen. Apparently, Serrano saying that Eddie don't want to pay her, and then Eddie Hearn. No, no, I'm wrong. I think what happened was he did something kind of shady. I think she was in line to be making money doing something else,
Mm-hmm.
and he threatened legal action against her being able to make money outside the ring. So she could. I think it was a movie or reality show or something that she was signed up to do. He 86 that with some legal stuff. Now she can't get paid, and now she don't want to fight Katie Taylor over the money or something. That's the biggest fight in women's boxing right now. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, and it's not gonna happen.
That's
That's crazy,
that
man.
feels like the only fight in women's boxing. I don't think Uncle
Yeah,
Bob has any women because he hadn't put hardly in. I haven't seen any women on top rank.
yeah. He has Michaela Mayer. He has Michaela
That's
Mayer.
right. That's right.
He has a couple of them, but they're all kind of spread out. They're kind of spread
And
out.
she
It's not. It,
failed her test. That's right.
yeah, because yeah, the antibody.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and most women are kind of spread all around. So you're not gonna have a stronghold like they're not all with PBC or with Top Rank or with the Zone. Even though I think the Zone has a pretty solid roster too over there. Most of their women fighters out of the UK. But yeah, they're kind of all spread all over the place. So yeah, it's gonna be tough to make some of these fights. But when you have the opportunity to make them, you got to make them. We got to see Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. We got to see that fight. We got to see that fight, man. And remember, Serrano went to Bellator and won as well. Her and Heather Hardy, Heather's
Yeah.
Heat. Yeah,
At the
both of those
heat.
ladies went over to MMA and kicked some ass. So I want to see it, man. I want to see it.
I would love to see some good women's fights, man. Other than UFC, because we get them there.
Yeah, we get them there. We definitely get again, man. Some shit. Dana's kind of good at.
Yeah.
And again, in this day and time or how things are right now, parity is your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's kind of hilarious that Dana White was saying that he doesn't even have to go looking for fighters now. They're like calling him all the time. Hey, I'm ready to fight. Hey, I'm ready to fight.
he's such a smug asshole. He's such a smug asshole.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. You know what's up, bro. Like these other promotional companies don't have the promotional deals that you got, you asshole. So yeah, you can talk that stuff, man, because you got ESPN. Bellator don't have a home. The Zone dropped in. PFL was only doing stuff on NBC Sports. They ain't doing that. Who else is a decent player?
Invicta, but didn't UFC
Invicta.
pick them up?
Yeah, they're on Fight Pass now. Again, Dana. He's just an asshole, bro. But those that can do. So,
Yeah.
what can you say?
It's going to be interesting. I think this summer is really going to be the summer of combat sports because
Yeah,
UFC they get ready to start the whole Fight Island series.
yeah. Eddie Hearn
Um,
got his thing going on over there now. Got
yeah,
his own little backyard situation set up. And listen, it's gonna be tough because these are the dog days of summer. So everything is slower now anyway. So combat sports always did well in this particular space anyway. But with what's happening now, these other major sports, yeah, they set up for the
bro.
win. No baseball, no NBA.
Well, baseball, the both of them said they're coming back, but then you
Yeah,
got
but
teams like the Nets where what, like 6 or 8 people have tested
yeah,
positive.
man. Listen, this is all this stuff is gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah. And
These
in
guys,
baseball, you got guys now in baseball saying that they're not going to compete this year. They're
yeah,
going to take the year off.
yeah,
Like two of the
and
big starters from the Nationals, Zimmerman, and I forgot the other one.
oh wow.
Yeah, they
S-
decided. Yeah,
So check this out. Watch what happens now. What's about to happen is we never really got out of phase one with this whole Corona COVID thing, right?
guess what's
So
at the door.
as we transition into the second phase of this thing, what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing more young people who were initially said to be the ones that didn't have to worry about this. You're going to start seeing more of them falling off because what's happening is the young people aren't as healthy as they think they are.
Mm-mm.
They sit home all day. They're not really active. They do a lot of recreational drugs. Not all of them, but even the ones that just aren't active. And you just sit home all day and watch TV, on social media, gaming, all these different things, right? So when these things hit you, your body's not really prepared to fight this stuff off.
There's no immune system.
Right. Or it's already kind of weak.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And no one's putting information out there to strengthen the immune system, right? They want to give you the short-term solution. You need a vaccine, you need this and that. No, what should be happening is people should be talking about probiotics. People should be talking about foods that are high in different vitamins and compounds that will actually help your immune system fight this because the way this is going, pretty much everybody's going to come in contact with it some shape or form.
Listen, if you don't want to go out and buy probiotics, which I suggest you do, and later on this week, I can actually give on Thursday, I can actually give you the ones that I've researched.
Okay.
You can eat pickles, sauerkraut, um, fermented foods build your immune system.
Okay.
You can actually drink hemp milk, use hemp seeds, um, high in omega 3s, high in protein.
Lots of vitamin C, lots of citrus stuff, whether it's lemons, limes, oranges, grapefruits, all those things help too.
They do help.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do help. Yep.
But you want to get omega 3s in.
Mhm.
You want to get like the vegetable protein in your body. Those hemp seeds really
Lots of
work.
those blueberries and berries like that that are high in omegas. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I know people don't like it, but if you can drink coconut water, it will help you regenerate it's better than Gatorade. And I know people look at me crazy, but it's higher in electrolytes. It doesn't have the salt and the sugar.
And the sugar. Yeah.
It's the best hydration drink out there. Even if you take watermelon, seeded watermelon,
Mm-hmm.
put it in the blender, strain it, mix it with some coconut water. Your body will feel like you just plugged into something.
Wow. I got to try that, bro. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
And you gave me one a couple years ago. I used to eat apples, but I didn't realize how much energy an apple will give you.
Yep. Better than coffee.
But if you turn to fresh fruits and fresh vegetables,
Yeah.
if you can go raw for a week or fast for 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
see how your body feels at the end of that fast. Just drinking water for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
See how your body will just, it's like that fourth day, everything is clearer. Like the trees are greener, the sky is bluer.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Your body is designed to heal itself, but the environment we live in, the foods that they push towards us, the activities they push towards us are designed to break your body down. So
And don't forget the everyday struggles of just living in this rat race.
exactly. That's what I'm
Stress,
saying.
stress,
Society. Yeah,
stress kills more than anything.
it is. It is. And it's funny because people are like, I'm not in a high stress job. No, but where you are mentally, the
Yeah.
foods that you put in your body. I didn't realize foods can create stress.
Yeah. From the inside out, yeah, that happens.
Yeah. When
That
your
happens.
arteries start getting blocked, when your blood is restricted, your blood pressure goes up,
Mm-hmm.
that causes stress on your brain and the rest of your body.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going here tonight, but
Oh no, we
it's
just we
very
just went there.
important.
We just went there, bro. Because back to our point though, this is how combat sports is gonna win.
Mhm.
Because you're gonna see a lot of young people that's just not gonna be with it. Like you already seeing guys in the NBA. These guys are world class athletes. They're not taking this lightly. They're not even showing up. They're not showing up.
what is the biggest, I don't want to use the right word. What is the biggest weapon of a virus?
Its ability to go undetected for a while.
And once you treat it,
Yep, it mutates.
it mutates. It comes back stronger.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
like
good
a
point.
shark. You'll never get a shark the same way twice. That's just how their minds work.
Yeah.
They don't make the same mistake twice. Neither does a virus. So you've got to be ahead of the virus.
And listen, I also think it's a good idea too to be aware of what you're doing. But man, you got a lot of things out there like NutriBurst, a lot of these health things that are going on out there. Read them up, look them up, study them, and if it works for you, get on those things too, man. Anything that's going to help you at this point. I took some NutriBurst a week ago, and I actually felt pretty good. So I mean, look, there's a lot of things out there you can look up and study to help you combat this. But just sitting in front of the TV and waiting on a vaccine is
Mm-mm.
not your answer. That's not going to help you.
Let's go there. Let's go a little bit further with that. Looking into that whole company, TLC, with NutriBurst, and you guys can DM us if you want information on it because we've both taken it. My wife takes it now. Um, my mom started taking the Tasso tea,
Okay.
and it has worked very well. My mom's pretty healthy,
Yeah, she's a vegetarian, bro.
but
Been that forever.
it was still able to cleanse her, to give her a good cleansing,
Okay.
which now she's walking like this morning. Now she was doing like 5,000 steps in the morning. She got that detox. She did 10,740 steps this morning.
Wow.
Just in her first round, her first walk.
Wow.
It's saying when you cleanse your body, you strengthen your immune system because your immune system works 24/7. It's
Oh yeah.
battling stuff inside and outside.
All the time. Yep. It's
So when
always
you can
working.
cleanse that colon and your intestines, man, look, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, if you all want information on this, on how to get the NutriBurst or the Tasso T or the NRG tablets, the Badger and myself can help you. Just DM us on Instagram,
Yep.
and we'll get right with you.
Listen. So before we wrap this up, listen. I'm gonna say this to you, and I'm gonna tease it because I know you want to hear it. When are we gonna start doing our breakdown on this Usman Burns fight? When we gonna get on that, bro? I'm excited. Like July 11th is the date, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we got what? We got 10 days, bro.
No, look,
When we getting
look,
started?
we're gonna get started the Monday after the 4th, after people have
Okay.
sobered up.
Okay. All right.
And I just found out I'm on cooking duty for the 4th.
Yeah, there you go.
They're doing a seafood pot, and my job is to steam some shrimp and get some other thing together. So yeah, that's
Okay.
right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I know where I'll be.
Huh? Oh.
Bringing a plate and a doggy bag.
It's gonna be good because my wife is doing some stone crab, some snow crab legs in the
Okay.
oven.
Okay.
Um, her mom's frying shrimp and frying fish,
Okay.
and I'm doing my Maryland steam pot. So it's gonna be.
Man, what you need to do is uh stop hiding what everybody really want from you, bro. Damn crab cakes. We don't care about no damn shrimp. You don't know how to cook shrimp from Maryland. What a crab cake at? That's what we waiting on.
Here's the insult of the week. My wife's sister asked my wife to cook some crab balls for the 4th of July. I said, I'm from Maryland. Why would she ask you from Fort Myers to cook crab balls?
Merlin.
I'm from Maryland, for real. Why would she ask you? And my wife can cook. I ain't gonna lie, she can cook. Seafood king. That's all I'll say. I need to get the lump crab meat, which they keep skyrocketing the price during the summer.
You already know.
But
It's like gas. They're
it
gonna find a
is.
reason.
Listen,
It might be some hurricanes. We're gonna raise the price of gas.
if we can make a business trip to go up and see Tank Davis training, I could take you to 3 different spots close to where he trains, and you will fill up on crab cakes to your head just explodes.
I'm with it. That sounds like a plan, man. We gotta use our resources, man. But I like that. I like the way that sound.
Or even go visit the Foxes.
Yeah, listen. I'm all for seafood, bro.
bro. They this place called, and I'll give them a shout out just because the food is so good. The Crack Pot on Lock Raven Boulevard, Baltimore County. It's not too far from the airport. They do a 20-inch crab cake. It looks like a discus, no filler, broiled, phenomenal. And then if you don't get your crab filler, they have an appetizer called a crab pretzel. Where they take the pretzel, they dig it out, they stuff it with lump crab meat, they sprinkle it with cheese and shove it under the broiler. Yeah, yeah, it's that serious, bro. It's that, and they
Yeah,
serve it in the bar.
yeah.
Oh,
That made your day, huh?
oh,
That
what?
that moment of reflection just took you back, huh?
That's when my wife had her first Maryland crab cake. She
Okay.
used to tell me there's no difference between a Maryland crab cake and a Florida crab cake.
Of course there is. There's a difference in the crab.
Exactly. When
Yeah.
you get it out of that water, the Chesapeake Bay,
Yeah,
flowing
it's different.
from southern Maryland all the
And
way
that
down to
water's
the
a lot colder
Carolinas.
too. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a difference. It's a difference.
But I mean, when you don't know, you just don't know.
Oh
One of
man.
her, her grandma, Miss Rockwell, tried to tell her, but she fussed at me and said, "Well, you're just a crab cake snob." And until we got to the crack pot, it was the first day we were there in Maryland. We
All
got
right.
to the crack pot, and when she bit into it, she just grabbed my arm and said, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I ever, ever
And there
doubted."
it is. There it is.
Man, look, oh, I wish you hadn't even brought that up.
Man, it's okay.
Oh, I had tears in my eyes, bro.
It's okay. Hey, listen, the calendar flips tomorrow, July 1st. All the cancers out there stand up. Listen, match room. They got some good fights coming up, man. You're gonna get to see Dubois. I forgot who he's fighting. I think you're gonna get to see Dylan White. They got some heavy. Listen, Eddie Hearn's gonna do his thing. He gonna put whatever he got out there. So listen, this month's gonna shape up to be great for boxing and for UFC. July 11th, boy. That
Yeah,
whole card. We got to. You know what we should do when we start breaking down the fight next week. We should do each fight, and then on that Thursday we dedicate the whole show to Usman and Burns. I think that's only fair.
yeah, that's fair.
It's only fair. It's
That's fair.
only fair.
That's gonna be a huge fight, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
gonna be a huge fight.
Yeah, man. I'm ready.
Me too.
I'm ready. I know both of them guys. Done had conversations with both of them. I'm ready. I just want to see it. Whoever wins that fight is the king. I don't think anybody beats them at 170. Whoever wins that fight at 170, I don't think they're beatable.
Listen, there are two dates I'm looking forward to. The first one obviously is July 11th. The second one, if I'm not mistaken, is August 15th. That's Stipe Miocic and Daniel
Oh,
Cormier.
in DC
Yes.
for all the marbles, right?
Yes. Because I believe that's the last time we're gonna see either of
Both
them.
of them, yeah. And we've talked about it at nauseum on this show.
Yeah.
What do those two gladiators have left to prove? And there's nobody to challenge them.
No.
They both beat Francis with their eyes closed
Yeah.
because they're complete fighters. So that's gonna be beautiful too. We go, man. It's gonna be a good summer.
Yeah.
It's
That's what I'm
hot.
saying.
It's
This is
hot.
gonna be the combat summer, bro.
Yeah, it's hot.
It is hot.
It's hot.
Only thing we're missing is a John Jones fight.
Nah.
Hey.
We might have a plan for John Jones.
Yeah. Yeah. But right now, only thing we're missing is the John Jones fight.
Yeah. Well, look, we ain't seen Conor in a while.
I'm good with that.
I mean, he's a spectacle.
Yeah.
Look, it's like in the big three sports, right? You're always gonna make more money when the Cowboys are doing well, when the Knicks are doing well, and when the
Well,
Yankees are doing well. They just bring a lot of revenue. They just bring everybody for whatever. Even the people that them and want to see them lose, they show up.
well, right now, it's been a while since the Knicks, I guess since basketball made any money because the Knicks haven't been doing well for a while. Bro, there was a story they talked about on First Take. When you brought that up, I just remembered that. Um, when LeBron made his choice to go to South Beach, the
They were
original
saying New
plan was
York
for
was the
him.
front runner.
Huh?
That New York was the front runner.
No, Stephen A. debunked that. Stephen A.
Oh,
said even a week before he had made up his mind to go to South Beach. but ESPN got him to hold on to it to do that special. So New York was never really in the mix. But when Carmelo signed his deal with Denver, this even goes back to when Carmelo signed his deal with Denver. Carmelo really only wanted a 3-year deal, but Denver said they would not give him hardly anything guaranteed if he only signed a 3-year deal. Well, we're giving him an option after that third year was what I mean. But when he signed the 5-year deal complete, that's when they gave him all that guaranteed money. Because Carmelo, when LeBron left and wherever he was going to go, which even Carmelo knew it was going to be South Beach, it was supposed to be Carmelo and LeBron coming to play with D Wade, not Chris Bosh and LeBron. But Carmelo couldn't get out of his deal.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Now
Bosh every day.
Bosh was a beast, but
yeah, Christina could hoop.
I just kind of think it'd be interesting to see what Miami would have looked like with Melo, LeBron, and D Wade.
That'd have been tough.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, people discounted Christina. Christina was a major player on that team, and he was a perennial All-Star in Toronto.
He could play defense. He, to me, was the Scottie Pippen to LeBron. He was LeBron Scottie in Miami.
Christina was just a very good player.
But
he was just a very good player.
He filled his role to the best of his ability.
Yep, and he stretched the floor.
Yeah.
At what, 6'11", 6'10", something like that?
Would defend you, would lock you up.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a weird guy. He's a weird guy.
But he could play.
He's a weird guy.
He wasn't Rodman.
He's a weird guy. A little quirky.
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that.
He's a weird guy. But he can hoop, though. He can
hoop all day long.
Shouts out to Christina Bosh, man. I can't beat him. So, look, he got my respect.
But then he got sick, didn't he?
Yeah. Bro came down with I want to say it was something autoimmune, but I don't want to I don't want to be wrong on that. But yeah, it was something, and that kind of cut his career a little short. But he did enough.
Yeah, he got 2 rings.
Yep, and he was probably the second greatest Raptor. Well, they gonna make Kawhi the greatest, even ahead of Vince Carter for that bull. But he's one.
And
of the
they
top
had
3
Tracy
or 4.
McGrady.
Yeah, but I think T-Mac left right as he was entering his prime.
Yeah, but he had become a superstar before he left.
Yeah, and him and Vince had this thing going, but yeah.
He was just young.
Yeah, but he's one of the greatest Raptors ever, so that's cool. We'll give him that.
Kawhi there 1 year. He's the greatest Raptor because y'all got a title. Okay.
Hey, it is what it is.
I get it. Man.
Hey, who was the greatest Chiefs quarterback before this kid showed up?
Len Dawson. They got a Super Bowl under it.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I was going to listen. Joe Montana.
Oh, yeah, 1 year.
Yeah, 2.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I thought I was saying, please don't say Alex Smith.
No. And listen, Alex can play.
He could play.
Class of 05, man. Stand up, Alex Smith. Doing it for the old heads, man.
I don't know if he was better. I mean, I was going to say Ty Blackledge, but I just started remembering Len Dawson.
Yeah.
Len Dawson got that ring.
Steve DeBerg.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I forgot about the old man playing there.
Yeah. Whatever.
Wow. The greatest cheat. Hey, you're right, though. Okay. You say that. Who would you say the greatest Giants quarterback was?
Jeff Hostetler.
Listen.
Nah,
I can't even argue with you because I've never seen a team rally around one quarterback more. It's like Phil Simms. They just kicked him to the curb and like, he brought you a ring.
It was the blonde eyebrows, bro. Yeah. Can't take him seriously with blonde eyebrows, bro.
No.
You just can't.
But he made it in broadcasting. That's where he became.
Phil wasn't no joke. Phil was good. He was on the wrong team. That was Lawrence Taylor's team. And Lawrence made that known. And Phil griped and complained and bitched, but
and Bill Parcells gave him crap every day.
Every day. I don't think Bill Parcells really liked Phil Simms, to be honest with you.
No, no,
Uh,
he couldn't have.
nah.
He could, because he wrapped his arms around Jeff Hostetler. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
We were talking about quarterback. I was talking to a friend of mine today about quarterbacks who pick it up at the end of the season. And that's why people think they were such good quarterbacks and how they were able to parlay it into money and then they floundered. You know, the first quarterback that came to mind, right? He was a playoff quarterback. That was it.
Who, Trent Dilfer?
No. Trent Dilfer was actually a much better quarterback than he ever got credit for. Joe Flacco.
Oh,
Joe
wow.
Flacco will get hot when the last 3 or 4 or 5 games of the season get into the playoffs. Then they go on a serious run.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, man. Pay the man.
He won one Super Bowl.
Pay the
You
man.
paid him, and
Pay the man.
he couldn't hit the field with the ball after that.
Hey, listen, I don't give a damn. He ain't steal from the church as bad as Sam Bradford did. And I ain't gonna listen, I ain't gonna never take that back. Sam Bradford was the biggest thief in NFL history. I don't give a damn what nobody say. From his first round draft pick coming out of Oklahoma to that massive deal he got with the Lions, and then he turned around and got a deal from the Vikings. And that still should have been my boy team. I mean, he got a job in Carolina now, Teddy Bridgewater. So
That
yeah,
boy,
man, Sam Bradford is the real thief here.
that man was hurt in college. I'm like, how was he a number one pick?
Who was his agent? That's what we need to be trying to find out.
Yes. And what did he have on the rest of the league?
No, for real. That was a real money heist.
Because
Shouts out
everybody
to
talks
Sam
about,
Bradford, man.
they talk about Jamarcus Russell being the biggest bust.
Nah,
No,
nah,
no.
nah. Sam
Sam
Bradford was fool's gold for a long time.
and Rich.
And you kept
Rich.
buying it. And you kept buying it every single time. So shouts out to Sam Bradford.
Yeah, shout out to Sam Bradford. I give you that
Yeah.
one. I mean, I hate to do it, but I give it to you. I damn sure give it to you. Sam. Go on, Sam. Go on, Sam. I got to give it to you, bro. I do. I can't even put it on. Sam has earned this one.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, man. I had forgotten about Sam Bradford. Man. Huh. He was with the Rams, right?
Yeah, he was everywhere.
No, the Rams are the one that drafted him. And he got hurt.
Oh man, I got so much sports in my head. You might be right, bro. I have to double check that. But
Yeah, they
right.
were in St. Louis. The Rams drafted him.
Ah, okay. I think you are right. Now that you said St. Louis, okay, you might be right. Yeah.
Speaking of St. Louis, what's going on with the white people waving guns at the Black Lives Matter movement?
We ain't got no time, bro.
And they were both lawyers talking about we felt threatened. They didn't come over your property. You got an assault rifle and your wife is waving a pistol at them. God forbid that pistol are going off.
I got nothing, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, bro, I would say good show. I guess if you want, we can close this one out.
Cool.
Shout out to my wife, my daughter, my mom, my dad. Shout out to Fighter Share Nation. Hey, tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. to catch the Fighter Share Report, and then come back again on Thursday at 11 p.m. to catch the Beatdown.
I mean, look, the man stole my thunder again every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11 p.m. on the Beatdown. Fighter Share Report every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Fighter Share Nation. Appreciate y'all. We out here.